I did it, I said that. So you can admit to things. You have the ability to. I watched you do it for someone else, barely, but you did it for somebody else. You said that. You said you did it, right? So why couldn't you do the same for me? The person you claim is a daughter to you. Okay. Fucking nonsense. Oh, y'all's thoughts.
I think I think the difference between him, what he says in regards to Mimi, and him being able to admit to somewhat admit to how he treated other people versus admitting what he did to you, is that what he did to you was sexual harassment. It was SH, and that could be a charge in real life, not alone something that you can't come back from on an app when you admit to it verbally. When you say, I actually SH'd you. That's a whole nother level versus admitting I was an asshole. I was a jerk. Because even like look at the example of like when it came to him talking to Brussels. He would admit to the stuff that he did in 2025, saying that, that was all me. That was me being a jerk. Da 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 da. I did call you all those names. I did say all the da 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 da. But when it came to his actions prior to that, and the reason why Brussels won't accept his apology, he can't admit that he was wrong there. It was, I was doing this to protect someone, blase, blase, blase. He has to sugarcoat it. That's why he can't fully sit here and say, yeah, I SH you, Ty. He can't put that into wording because one, his mind is all about image. His mind is all about, lawyers, I have to contact my PR agent, I have to do so on and so forth. Like, he's not going to admit the shit. Because then he's going to be like, well, what do my lawyers think? That's him. That's why he can't admit to nothing he did to you.
I'm just wondering how the hell he's even paying for these lawyers. You haven't worked in months, or how do you still have money to pay to keep a lawyer on retainer?
I think that's an intimidation tactic. I think Brussels called it out before too. He wants us all to be silent or not talk about him anymore. He's essentially insinuating if you guys keep talking about me, there's going to be legal consequences. There's going to be a cease and desist, something like that. I mean, that's essentially what it is. Because he has no like most of the things, like 99.9% is coming out of his own mouth. Like the clips, that's him. Like
Yeah, and we thought was just gonna come. He was just gonna come back. Yeah, he's just. I just want. I don't even know what I want. Like, I feel like it absolutely lifted a weight off of me to be able to tell him about himself and tell him what he did to me in front of all of those people and make him hear what all of the things listed. And I didn't even tell him, like, I didn't even list everything in this live. I've listed, everything in other lives and in this live, but like, because it was so hard to like keep track of everything in that conversation because he was just being so freaking manipulative the whole time. But it still felt good to be able to just finally talk to him for the last time that I'm ever going to talk. Like, I'm literally never going to talk to him again. And I do also wish in that live, like, there was still more I had to say. Like, I do wish in that live that I addressed him talking to my child behind my back, and bringing up play dates and stuff without my consent, without Jovan's consent, without our knowledge, which it's not even my consent, like without my consent, knowledge, or awareness. and mentioning the girl. Like, that's disgusting. Like, that's really, you can't do that, bro.
For Javon to relate it to you, like if he's gonna talk to Javon first and then Javon is like saying it to you, if he's not there, like, that is a possibility.
Yeah, he didn't go to either of us.
Wait, real quick, can I just make a little quick mod announcement thing? Guys, there is a language barrier with Sam. He doesn't completely understand English, so he's not going to pick up on what is happening in this conversation and why he's not being let up. He usually, for those who are not here every day, usually every day he comes through, we let him up, and we always make sure he has enough coins to be able to do what he needs to do, and then he goes on about his day. That is what usually happens. Today is different. He doesn't understand that because there is a language barrier. So stop coming at him, talking about self-awareness and so on and so forth. Leave Sam alone.
I try to tell Sam we will go back to our regular scheduled Sam programming where we let him up to dance for coins, or just chill for coins.
It's just that it's a language barrier. He doesn't understand English that well. He's not going to pick up on it.
But
do not come for him.
Do follow Sam in case you see him in other lives and do want to gift him later. You can still follow Sam and try to gift him later if you see him in a live. But yeah, it's just been so much grief. Like, literally, like, y'all, like I said in this live, like, when I tell you this was back to back to back of Joan started getting too touchy, then Chaos passed away, then I found out Javon had been fucking having an affair for over a year with multiple women. And then like 3 days before my friend's funeral, and then I had to start a new job soon, so I was stressing about that. And then he said, you need to go somewhere else. He didn't care where, because he knew I had nowhere else to go. He knew that. And the only reason that I'm not unhoused right now is because Jovan literally gave me the house that he had moved into, because I kicked him out. I kicked Jovan out. And he had a new place, and he was just like, you can have it. And he signed over the lease to me, and I signed the papers that week and have been in this house ever since. That's the only reason that me and my baby have like nowhere to go right now, or don't have no, and whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, but protect Black women, protect Black children. But I'm boots on the ground protecting Black people. I'm boots on the ground.
And I just realized, like, the whole white woman thing is more than are the white people, told him to do X, Y, and Z, and manipulated him to do X. I think he was just strictly talking about the Unfuck America tour. Like, I think he was strictly just talking about, like, all the people he scammed, stealing money from the kids in Gaza. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what he was talking about. He was not addressing anything y'all are talking about.
Back. With what? You ain't got nothing on me. You ain't got nothing on me. Hold on.
Don't try to hug me now.
Time out.
Look what you did.
Man, we in trouble.
I'm sorry for anything I did. You're still given an if in that. If I did anything, there's still an if. That's just a different way to say if.
What we gonna do?
What you mean we? That was all you, player.
What if we use toilet paper? Yeah.
Lots of people saw you do it. I just don't understand pathological liars. Like, even when there are so many people who watched you do it, you're still gonna try to lie and say it didn't happen. or say that it only might have happened, if it happened, boy, bye. Fucking ridiculous. Insanity. I just do not, my brain literally cannot wrap around pathological liars. It's insane. It's insane to me. You know what? And because we're just airing it all out, and I'm not scared of any of these people anymore, because why would I be? There was also a video that went viral on this app of Carlos Dillard, who was like, I tried to warn you about this guy 2 years ago when he came after me for helping his ex or something. That was what the video was. And I tried to, and y'all came for me. No, let me clear up that video too while we're here. What happened was, he was in my life, right? We were very good friends. My daughter also called him an uncle. He was claiming to be an uncle to my kid too, right? So we were in that familial thing, type of relationship. And he was in my life. This was early days of Mr. Thomas, when Mr. Thomas would sometimes cross a line, but they were still my lines to cross, right? I would make jokes about racism and, like Mr. Thomas does, but they were a little darker back then. I was testing the waters, okay? But still my jokes to make, right? As a Black woman. And he was up in my life on one of his accounts. It was a Claire account. It was one of his little trolling accounts. And he started making transphobic jokes, saying stuff like, Adam can't be Eve and Eve can't be Steve, whatever the frick the transphobic phrase is. And what else did he say? Oh, and he was also in another life he doubled down on that and said things like, well, I'm gay, so aren't I part of the LGBTQ plus community? So I can make these jokes. And I was like, that's not how that works. And then he said, well, if they have a problem with it, then maybe they shouldn't be part of the community. If gay people can't make transphobic jokes, right? You remember when he said that? And then he also said, he tripled down and made a Transformers joke about trans people. So
Who was saying this?
Carlos.
Oh, damn, motherfucker.
Yeah. Triple, quadruple down, kept making transphobic jokes to justify it, and then tried to twist it and say that the reason he was upset with me is because I was being racist. I'm Black, making jokes about my Black trauma. That's not what racism is, goofball, and you know that. So I don't know how he keeps trying to spin it. Don't let him spin it. Keep powers up on the screen, y'all. They might be reporting. Is it glitch? Okay, let's restart real quick because I'm scared. I don't want this account to get taken down. Okay, restart. Everybody come back. Restart.